What's up everyone, Doyler here, and we've got yet another account tune-up for you guys. This time we're taking a look at BigHoss's other giveaway account. This was the Horus account that he gave away, and I told Hoss that I would give the winners an account tune-up. So this account came with an E5 Ada, an E5 Garuda, an E5 Horus, an E2 Amun-Ra, and an E2 Penny. Other than that, it's a little light on sea lands. It's got 11 in light, 14 in shadow, and 11 in fortress. It's also a bit behind in Celestial Island, both adventure and tower-wise. The towers are all been leveled up a little evenly, and the ship is only max speed. So it's a decent mid-game account, and it's really interesting that it has light and dark heroes so early, but it's going to take a lot of work to transition this account into sort of a 6E5 late game account and a lot more to go into the end game. It is VIP 7, which is nice, so it will have better rewards if he does pick up the senior privilege cards, as well as the regular privilege cards nowadays. It's got a max Phoenix, and he's working on a deer, so while you're leveling up this deer, focus on this attack rune over the speed rune, especially because Phoenix is going to be your PvP pet for now anyway. And copy-wise, it's got 156 scrolls, so you're going to be saving for a while. Don't spend these. It's got 0 profit orbs, exactly. So yeah, you're going to want to get up profit orbs and save them for big events. And the only useful hero copy in the bag, unless you want to build an Asma one day, is that one Inosuke copy. So first up, the Dark Hero of E2 Amun-Ra is great. You'll want to push Amun-Ra to E5 eventually. Honestly, it's probably your next E5, weirdly enough. Although, building Amun-Ra as your first Dark Hero is kind of annoying because Amun-Ra is more useful to you as a 10-star in babies when you want to do that Dark Sealand 20 clear. And Light Sealand 20 is going to be out of your reach with no copies of Russell. So, how many Soul Stones do you have? You have 15 soul symbols. I would honestly consider Yeah, so this E2 Amun-Ra was basically a mistake, actually, come to think of it. I wouldn't push this Amun-Ra any further. Any copies you get as babies, save them for the time being. You've already got your 7-star Aspen. You'll want 1 or 2 copies of Amun-Ra at 5-star, and then your carry to try and push Dark Sealand 20. Then down the road, you can push this Amun-Ra to E5 once you finish that. These Dragon Scales should be going towards Amun-Ra copies for you at this point. Light, you're fine. Don't worry about building a second light hero anytime soon. You don't have any useful copies. Light food is hard to come by. I would just not bother with light. Forest, 1 Garuda is good. You'll want to eventually build up a second Garuda or Rogan if you want to clear Forest Sealand 20. If not, Olivia is a great E5 to have for PvP and PvE, and you do have her at 9-star. I also suggest building up a Heart Watcher to 9 or 10-star. This account is severely lacking in Broken Spaces clears. I would be surprised if you could clear Broken Spaces in 200 tickets on this account. Yeah, you're struggling at 4 and you've clearly used tickets already. So Heart Watcher is a huge priority. You had to have fed off Heart Watcher copies because this account has 1 copy of Heart Watcher. So getting a 9 or 10-star Heart Watcher is your first priority. You also are going to want a 9 or 10-star Siggy, who looks like you've also fed off. Ignoring PvE looks like is what was done on this account almost. Between Sigmund and Heart Watcher, with the rest of your heroes, you'll have a much easier time clearing Broken Spaces and Flame Shrine. And that's true. If you do get this Garuda to V4, you can clear Sealand. Good call on that one, Blue. Imprint-wise, this account is at almost V1. You're going to want to pay a lot more attention, actively play the Void, and start pushing that a bit heavier. Abyss-wise, no Abyss heroes are that useful. Make sure you turn this Naki into food and don't push her any further. And you have no copies of Ignis to worry about yet. Fortress, honestly, I would stop this Penny at E2, especially if you can clear Shadow, Sealand 20, and swap her with either Inosuke or Sherlock, depending on your goals and your status in the game. An E5 Penny isn't really going to help you much anymore if you can clear a non-light or dark Sealand 20 anyway. And yeah, so it looks like this account has been active for a while anyway, so that explains some of this. Shadow-wise, your Horus is looking good. I'd actually consider putting imprints on him instead of the Ada, especially if you're going to try and clear Shadow Sealand 20. And we're actually going to try and push that a few levels for you in a second. Actually, we might do it right now. Yeah, so let's hop right into Shadow Sealand. because with even just an E5 Horus and no imprints, you should be able to get much further than 14. So we're going to take this crown from Ada. We're going to take this warrior gear from Garuda. We're going to throw those two on Horus. We've already got an SS3 block HP. We've got 11312. We've got a Steam Fantasy skin, no imprints. We're going to bring a 5-star Deathsworn with energy to get that burnout for us. And we're going to bring 4 Ice Trolls with the best 2-2 splits and DR artifacts we can run. So this is the standard old school setup that gets you to 16 easily and 18 or 19 with some RNG. So we're actually going to be kind of short on DR artifacts as well, it looks like. I know we have 1 Spear of Destiny somewhere. I saw that. That's the golden bow. There it is. We have 1 Spear of Destiny and 1 Fearless. So we're going to have to run a red DR artifact, which I think red DR holds up till 15 or 16 as well. We don't need to upgrade the skin, so I'm going to save that for him to decide if he wants to do down the road. So we've got 2 trolls. Oh yeah, we'll unlock the stone with full DR. This troll is going to have to run like a 5-4 split. We're also going to take off gear from your other heroes. You'll have to put that back on them. So we're unequipping everyone else. Gonna get as far as we can. All right. So the first 2 trolls are done. The third one is almost done. How did Dominator get selected? Oh yeah, I've done Shadow Sealand 20 an insane amount of times. If you check out my YouTube, I've cleared Shadow Sealand 20 possibly more than any other player in the game at this point. I think I have like literally 15 to 20 videos. I've had the record in multiple metas. If anything, I'm great at Shadow Sealand 20. So we'll run a red DR artifact. That'll be fine. It won't get us to 20 for now, but it is what it is. And we're just going to level up a mirror chain for the last one. 6-6. 4-4. We will level up a mirror chain for you, which you can feed later. Red artifacts are generally food, but not as food as your purple and yellow artifacts you don't need. So if you haven't seen my Ormus guide, you should check that out. Generally speaking, if it's red or lower, it should be used to level up artifacts. If it's orange or higher, it should be going into Ormus to get you that Ormus essence. All right, now you've got some more dust. We've got a mirror chain. We've got all of the stones. Let's try and push you some Shadow Sealand, which will help your food generation a ton. So Deathsworn and Horus in the front, your 4 Ice Trolls in the back. This is the strategy we all know and love before ticks came around. Let's see what we can do for you. And now we've got 3x speed, which is exciting for when you're making videos and don't want to skip. So yeah, as you can see, the trolls all survived round 1 with no issues. We get 1 CC, and now it's just a matter of Horus RNG. No, you don't need a 6-star DS because Deathsworn is faster than the enemies. You only need a 5-star Deathsworn since he will burn all of them. Actually 5-star may only do 4 enemies. You got me on the spot, I forget. All right. It has gotten, so it has Death 1, that's good. That was a nice and easy 15 clear as expected. Okay, so it only 3. So 5-star Deathsworn does only do 3 enemies, which is annoying. Let's also make this Deathsworn 6-star for you. That will make life surprisingly easier. We're gonna grab food heroes that I no longer recognize. And a Deathsworn. Alright, now the Deathsworn is 6-star. Yeah, he only burns 3 targets. I thought it was 4. So Deathsworn, for Broken Spaces, 4-star is sufficient since he burns 2 targets. For Flame Shrine, 5-star sufficient because he burns 3 targets. And for Sealand or miscellaneous stuff, you'll want a 6-star since his death passive will burn all 6 targets. Level him up. Oh yeah, you're right. I didn't activate the skill. Good call, Nico. So this is actually still, he doesn't have his death passive since we did not activate him. So as you see, he only burned the targets he hit. But hopefully we can clear 16 without the burn on everyone. Should be easy enough. Yep. That was my bad. I forgot to activate his last passive when we built him. Oh yeah, now at least I know which 5-stars are food, but now I don't know which 5-stars are which. So the crown on Horus is pretty nice. It makes him super tanky. This is not a minimal clear. We're not going for minimal clears. We're just trying to get you as close to 20 as possible. We should be able to outdamage a priest. Nope. We're going to be a little short. He did not have a burn on him, though. So that could have been the difference maker, or just RNG in general. Now we've got our death passive. And keep this Deathsworn around. We're locking him for you. You're going to want him for PvE, at least until you build that 9 or 10 star Sigmund. And then you'll want him again down the road if you ever build a Drake. So again, hero-wise, you're really in a holding pattern for now. Your next goals are going to be to finish Sealand 20 if we can't do it tonight. Ideally in Shadow, since it's going to be the easiest. You can either do it with an imprinted Horus or just build up some baby Tix copies. And then after you finish that, you're going to want to do a light or dark Sealand. Dark is more than likely for you since you have a 7-star Aspen and a effectively 10-star Amun-Ra. And then after that, it's just a holding pattern, building useful heroes for the Void or other PvE modes as they come to you. Make sure you're... Honestly, I would spend my gems on cores and not... Ooh, we're low in damage. It's just RNG, though. You're going to want to spend your gems on cores of Transcendence and not heroic scrolls, in my opinion, so you can catch up on stellar shards, especially because you have a decent set of heroes for the time being. Death 1 is possible if... It sounds like you already have Death 1. You're going to be... Oh, it's going to be a while until you can do Death 50, let alone Death 100. So yeah, Tix is really going to be your next goal hero. But you're going to want to keep him as a baby until Shadow Sealand 20, then build him to E5 once you finish that. And the reason for that is Tix is basically the best hero for everyone to be building if you don't have one. He's going to help you get to Death 100. He's going to be a huge carry in Realm's Gate. He's going to be a huge carry in Void Vortex. He's great in Void Arc, and he's not bad in PvP. So there we go. We knocked out 16 for you. Let's skip 17 a few times, see if we can't clear it. We don't have to watch all these. It's the same setup. Okay, it does have Death 1 done, so that's good. So we should be able to clear 17 with some RNG at the very least, but there we go. So there's 17. We will watch our 2 attempts at 18. Oh, yes. Good call. I forgot about that, Cookie. Yeah, so level 345. So obviously this count is Death 1. All right, we'll skip one more, and then we'll watch the last one. 18 is fairly hard with this setup, especially since we're not 100% optimal, but it can clear it. So every day, come in with the same exact setup and just try and clear 18 and 19, especially while you don't have the baby Tixes. And this setup can clear 19 if you get good enough RNG on everything. Looks like we procced in round 2. We're likely not going to have the survivability. Our Horus is also lacking anti-priest tech, so we're even squishier. Yeah, Death 1 is pretty easy even with just Ada, let alone Ada and Horus. So let's see if we can RNG you this last attempt at 18. If not, just come in every day and do this yourself, like I said. Oof, Horus barely makes it out. We kill the warrior, but we're not going to have the damage to kill the boss, I'm guessing. Yep. All right, so we got you a few more levels. So your food generation is going to go up. So things you're going to want to focus on. Quick recap. Get baby Tix copies whenever you can. You're going to want at least 5 for Shadow Sealand, but eventually you want 9 to build up an E5 Tix. Save any Amun-Ra copies you get and be buying them from Brave Trial, so you have a few baby copies of Amun-Ra for your eventual Dark Sealand clear. Build up a 9 or 10 star Heart Watcher and a 9 or 10 star Sigmund for Flame Shrine. The Sigmund can wait if you get Drake copies, but you have 0 at the moment. And make sure you're actively doing your Celestial Island adventures and Void during the days. Other than that, if you get enough imprints, you can push Forest Sealand 20 with a V4 Garuda, but you're more than likely to get 5 baby Tix copies before you get enough Stellar Shards to V4 that Garuda. So that's going to be it for this one. I know you weren't online at the time, but feel free to hit me up on Discord if you still have any questions or issues. Good luck with the account, and congratulations again on winning it. That's it for this one. Be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons if you appreciate the content. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. For more of my beginner guides and tutorials, you can check out this playlist in the top left corner. If you want to watch my Orange Artifact free-to-play tier list, check out this video up here in the top right corner. Don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons if I've provided you with any value and help me grow this channel.